Hey team, it's another week, it's another video. Let's get straight into this one. So in this video, we're going to be looking at shoulder impingement, the shoulder pain that you get from your diagnosed impingement from your physician or your doctor. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I'd love it if you smash that subscribe button for me. If you are not new, welcome back. In this video, we're going to have a little discussion regarding the topic of impingement, specifically shoulder impingement. It's a term that is loosely thrown around, and it's also one of the most common shoulder injuries. Now, the question that we need to start off by asking is, should we in fact stop using the term impingement? And is impingement actually something that naturally occurs? And is impingement bad for us? So let's first look at what impingement actually is. So impingement is diagnosed as when the space between the acromion, which is the top bone, and the humerus, and the tissues between that start to compress and get impinged, squashed together, and this is a cause of pain. First, let's start off with, is it normal? Or is it a problem that the area or the space between the two start to narrow and then it gets squashed together? There's a study that was done where they scanned healthy shoulders and impinged shoulders, and they found that in both of these shoulders they have an area where there is a space. As the arm gets lifted up, the space gets narrowed. Structures get impinged and squashed, and then when the arm goes straight up overhead, the area gets opened up again. So what they found was that the space between the two healthy and unhealthy shoulder was exactly the same, which gets us to believe that shoulder impingement is actually a normal, everyday living aspect that happens anatomically in the body. It's the same as when you have your arm out and you squeeze your arm and you compress it, that the tissues between the two bones, well, three bones in this case, compress, and this doesn't necessarily cause pain. So should we shy away from the term of, oh, you are diagnosed with impingement, which is a term that is very loosely thrown. If you have some sort of a shoulder issue, usually the physician goes, oh, you have impingement and this needs to be addressed. Now, what are a couple of factors or strategies where they address impingement? Firstly, they try physiotherapy. Physiotherapy is common to be a treatment for impingement, but what I want to address right now is surgery. When they say decompression surgery for shoulder impingement. And what they basically do is they scrape the roof of the acromion, which is the bone at the top, which they scrape to decompress it and to give a little bit more space for it to move and slide through. Now, what are the structures between the humerus, which is this bone here, and the top, this acromion here? You have the supraspinatus tendon that runs through there, and you also have the subacromial bursa, which is there. And what they found was that in some cases, the subacromial bursa was thickened. Again, we need to start to ask the question, is this normal, or is this a legitimate problem that's going to cause pain? Pain is very, very complex. The thickness of the bursa at this moment needs a lot more investigation. But what I can tell you is what they found that competitive swimmers had much thicker bursas than the normal person out there. And this makes sense in the case of they're swimming, their arms are going overhead, and they have that adaptive mechanism that runs along with it. It's the same thing as the calluses on your hands. If you work out a lot, your calluses become thicker, they get more adaptive, they respond to the stress that you give them, and they get stronger, hence the work that you did. This is exactly the same thing for the bursa subacromially. As you work out more, the bursa gets thicker and it adapts and it responds to the workload that you give it. Now, should we shy away from giving the term subacromial impingement? In my personal opinion, we should start looking more at a non-labeling term. Majority of times when people are labeled, oh, impingement, they will walk around with that impingement label for the rest of their life. I'm the person with the subacromial impingement, and this is me for the rest of my life. It's the same when you say to somebody, oh, you have a herniated disc. That person labels him or herself with, I'm the person with the herniated disc. So what we rather should start doing is start saying that the pain that you experience is subacromial pain. Impingement is a normal thing that happens in the shoulder. The structures that move through it are being squashed every day. They are being compressed every day. So throwing the term in there that you have impingement is probably not the most correct term at this moment. And we are starting to change our views on these. So this was just a small video of trying to make you understand what subacromial impingement or subacromial pain is. And there can be a multifactorial things of why you have pain subacromially. But I think labeling it as I have impingement might not be the best term at this moment, at this date, with the specific research that we have. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up, share this video with your friend. It really helps the YouTube algorithm grow. If you got any comments, leave them down below. Until next time, see ya.